Frank Powers, and this is Lifestyle Tucson, the program where I speak to our neighbors, the people behind the scenes of our amazing organizations that are 501c3 nonprofits. Our friends are informing you how they serve our communities, and they are here to give you updates on future projects. Let's make some new friends today. Yeah. So I've grown up around Down syndrome my whole life. I grew up with a great aunt who had it. One of my favorite coworkers at Trader Joe's, Jane, has it. And today, one of my godkids has it. Despite these medical considerations, people with Down syndrome are known for their strong social and emotional development. Many lead fulfilling lives, attend school, hold jobs, build relationships, and actively participate in their communities, while some are even on the board of giant organizations. Their support from families, schools, and healthcare professionals plays a big role in helping them reach their full potential. Globally, Down syndrome occurs in about 1 in every 700 live births. This means around 6 million people worldwide are currently living with this condition. In the United States, approximately 6,000 babies are born with Down syndrome each year, and about 400,000 people nationwide live with it today. And today, I'm fortunate to speak with Kara Wiesmann, the Executive Director for Southern Arizona's Network for Down Syndrome, also known as SANDS. Welcome to Lifestyle Tucson, Kara.
Thank you, Frank.
Also, we have Katie Langan, self-advocate on the Board of Directors for the Southern Arizona Network for Down Syndrome. Katie, welcome to Lifestyle Tucson.
Hey, Frank.
So I'm excited to talk to you both today about everything that's going on. I think I'm more excited to talk to Katie, who's very prepared and came with notes, more than I brought. But we need to get a little 101 on this. I gave a little bit of it. So, Kara, let's begin by giving us a little more on the 101 of like what Down syndrome is from besides my little rants on it. And then tell me about your organization, SANDS, because it's really exciting to get to meet you. Some of my friends introduced me to you, and they're like, you have to meet this organization. We know Frank. Okay, good. And you're in here within weeks. I met them at Tucson Comic-Con, and now here within weeks. So
fabulous.
Yes, welcome to Lifestyle Tucson. Let's talk all about it. Give me the 101 about what your organization's all about.
Thank you so much. First and foremost, Down syndrome is also known as trisomy 21, and it is a third copy of the 21st chromosome. We sometimes refer to it as a superpower. SANDS stands for Southern Arizona Network for Down Syndrome, and we are in place to improve and enrich the lives of individuals with Down syndrome in our community, and also promote public awareness through education.
That's exciting. That's very important work that you're doing.
Yes.
Because you really do have to educate people, because I think that a big thing that people misunderstand about it is that they're uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. They get uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. All right. That's why I mentioned the first thing I say is, oh, I've grown up with this. That's why I'm not uncomfortable. But I know a lot of folks have a problem when it's around anybody that they're just not kind of used to, are they? Mm-hmm. So that's why today we're going to also make some friends with people here in the studio. Katie, how's it going?
Good.
Well, I really want to talk to you about all this because you are a self-advocate. Let me ask, what does that mean, and what does it mean to you to be on the board of this organization?
Well, first, I've been honored to be on the SANDS board of directors. When it means to me when we have the SANDS walk, everybody who has Down syndrome comes and supports us and does the SANDS walk.
Yeah, that's important because the SANDS walk is what we're here to talk about, which is very exciting. It's coming on up. Want to give me some of the details about that real quick since it did just come up?
I would love to. The SANDS Walk for Down Syndrome, this is our 25th year celebrating. It is taking place on November 15th from 10 to 2 at the Tucson Convention Center. Anyone from the community is welcome to register a team. Come and walk by yourself. Please join us. We would love to have as many folks as possible there. Our title sponsor this year is Special Eats. And
they're delicious. I see them at lots of events.
They're amazing.
They have like 2 food trucks now.
They have 3.
They have 3 now?
Yes.
Wow, way to go.
So they're going to have all 3 of their food trucks at our event. We're going to have music, dancing. We'll have a toddler play area. MVP Retro Rentals is also sponsoring again this year, and they will have all of their amazing video games and arcade setup. We'll have an art corner, and we will be doing our 1-mile walk, and that'll happen right around 11 in the morning.
That is excellent. And again, all for a good reason, a good cause, but they need volunteers. So that's one thing that you can do to get involved. And a good way to go get involved very easily is just go to sandsaz.org. This way you'll find the website. You'll find what's going on because I believe this is right there. And you can get all the details about this great event. There's some QR codes that you could scan so you can learn how you can get involved and maybe start to pledge toward this organization. If you're not going to walk, well, then you might as well sponsor a team, sponsor someone you know, but get the word out about this great event, the SANDS Walk for Down Syndrome. 25 years of doing it. Congratulations on that.
Thank you so much.
Heck yeah, starting in 2000, because it's 2025 now, so I mathed that real good.
There you did.
So, let me ask, Katie, what are you looking the most forward to at this year's walk? How many walks have you participated in?
I am looking forward to the Santa Walk. I think we're looking forward to help out this year at the Santa Walk, and I'll be selling stuff, and I'll have some of my friends who will help me out, and I'm also looking forward to actually enjoy the Santa Walk too.
Well, that's important. You're not going to just sit there and play video games the whole time?
Well, I'm going to work and enjoy the Santa Walk too.
No, that's the spirit. I was going to say, I get stuck with those video games. That's really fun that you get a whole arcade set up. A resource fair, which is very important at any of these events. It's the resource fair. That's very important for our families in town and our neighbors to learn all about what's going on. So get in the know. Again, it's going to be at the Tucson Convention Center's Grand Ballroom. That's over at 260 South Church Avenue. And I'll say Grand Ballroom again because it sounds like I said Grand Ballroom before. Don't you laugh at me. How dare you? So now, let's talk about some other things that are going on with your organization, because we've got the walk coming up, and that's huge. We want everyone to get down there and obviously get involved. But how else can people help out your organization and get involved with what's going on? I know that obviously you qualify for that Arizona tax credit. So I always say, if you can't donate your time by going on down there to volunteer, donate some money. So using that Arizona tax credit is one of the best ways to do it, because it's a dollar for dollar match to help out. What can other folks do to help out your great organization?
We are going to have a booth, and we'll be seeking volunteers for some ongoing support. We've started some support groups in the community to be able to support new parents as well as parents who are acting as full-time caregivers for their loved one with Down syndrome. So we're going to be seeking out some specific volunteers to help with those groups. We also always take donations towards our GOLD program, which is granting, gifting opportunities for learning and development. This program provides up to $1,000 in awards to individuals with Down syndrome each year to help them pay for therapeutic activities, medical or educational activities that they might otherwise be unable to pay for. There's a lot of services that individuals might need in their lifetime that are not covered by insurance or by other payer sources. So we try to help with things like that. Katie has received a grant in the past. We've provided grants to help with pool safety, to provide equipment so that individuals have greater access to learning and development. But that is our biggest program, I would say, that actually gives most of the money directly back into our community.
There you go. What was that one called again? The GOLD, what was it?
GOLD program.
The GOLD program. So there's a good reason to get involved and to donate to that, because you got to help out everybody and help out all these families that are here right in our community. So it's a really important thing. Another way is using the Jim Click Millions for Tucson raffle. They support SANDS, so that's very, very important. There's a lot of great ways to do it. And just go on their website, sandsaz.org, and explore it. Why don't we explore it right now and look at some of these great programs? As I look down the programs, Ted, you've got that parent support you mentioned. You've got GOLD right there, family events. I'm going to click 321 Fun and see what happens. What is 321 Fun?
321 Fun was a 21-day movement challenge that we did in beginning of March of this year, and it ended on March 21st, which is World Down Syndrome Day.
Oh, wow.
We would love to get more people involved in this next year. I think this was the first year that we actually did it, and we had some participation, but we're going to try to get more next year.
Well, always. And again, anytime you're starting anything, day one is always tough.
Yep.
But you just get the word out. You come on Lifestyle Tucson again, and you come talk all about it, and that's what it is. But keep it mentally in your calendars, folks, because World Down Syndrome Day being March 21st is something that I'm sure that they will do again and count down, so you can get involved with that. Let's just take a look at the calendar of events and see what's going on there as well. Tell me about anything that's going on that you'd like to bring attention to when it comes to, anyone in the community.
We have our walk planning meetings, which anyone in the community is welcome to join. We also have monthly, we do a Mom's Night Out group, which is an informal support group that invites moms to get out of the house for the night. this last month, I believe the moms went to the casino and celebrated a birthday and had dinner and just enjoyed some time out of the house. We also have Desert Buds, which is a birth to 5 developmental play group for individuals. We're so grateful to have the support of the Autism Society in this endeavor. They're actually hosting us because we don't have enough space to have groups. So we've been able to cultivate some really great partnerships in the services that we are able to do right now. And we really do appreciate the Autism Society.
Let me ask you this. Have you ever approached Angel Charity for Children when it comes to getting some help for your organization? Because they're your halo for hire, and they do help a lot of nonprofits. And I would recommend looking into it, because there's no reason that your organization doesn't qualify, because helping out these kids, the thing that they like to do most there is build facilities and help organizations kind of have a home. So maybe that's something to think about.
That might be a great opportunity for us.
And I like to tell people about it and other nonprofits out there that they are such a great organization that really does help everybody here and help these other organizations out. So maybe that's a place to go look when you're looking for some of that help.
Definitely.
Let's talk about careers, because there's volunteering, sure, but what's on my mind as I'm sitting here across from her, Katie, what is your goal when it comes to your career? What do you want to do for a living?
Actually, I'm not really sure at this point, but I did get a job at Burlington.
Oh, really? The coat factory?
Yeah.
But that's incredible. You see that? Again, like I talk about, it's an important thing to think about. I don't want anyone to overlook you, is kind of what it is. And that's why you being here, being a face of an organization, being on the board of it, is a very big deal. And I want people to recognize that, right? And they should know that it's a big deal, because I think that obviously lots of people will overlook folks with Down syndrome, like I've seen in my life growing up around it. So I just want to compliment you for that. What other goals do you have?
I also, it's not really a deal, but like I've been maybe getting a car for starters, so I can able to drive myself to places.
Wow.
And maybe like getting a boyfriend and getting my own place, so I can get more independence, to be more independent, living by myself and having a job which I already have.
That's important. Let me firstly, okay, settle down, guys. She's quite the looker. I know it's just radio, so you'll have to wait. But at the same token, the first place I drove myself when I got a car was Toys R Us. Doesn't exist anymore, unfortunately. Where's the first place you want to drive yourself when you get a car?
Honestly, I think I love Starbucks, so I'll say I'll drive myself to Starbucks.
Yeah, you and everybody else. So good. What do you get at Starbucks?
I like a lot of stuff, but I really like their cherry chai, strawberry chai, pink drink, and I like their pumpkin cream chai tea latte when it's fall, when you do it for
Tis
a
the
fall
season for sure. I'm a frappuccino man myself.
Me too. Yeah, I also like the a chai tea latte.
What about you, Carol? What do you get at Starbucks? What's your favorite go-to thing? Well, still, let's just.
Come on, Carmen, gotta pick something.
What about
Starbucks?
Just a cold brew. I like a good old-fashioned cold brew.
Good old-fashioned cold brew. I was hooked on those things, let me tell you. So, all right, let's talk a bit more about what else happens in the organization. And maybe, again, Katie, what's some of your favorite things that you do and participate in when it comes to this stuff?
Well, I like hanging out. I like to hang out with my friends a lot. And within this gold award that I got from SANDS was to I love to sing, so I got the gold award for music lessons or singing lessons, and I also within the past 2 times, this gold award helped me get to Stanford University, where we just being independent and living in a dorm independently, go through classes, do homework together, make friends along the program as it goes on. I also been clear with I also did math tutoring throughout college.
Wow.
Too, so I won't say that, but yeah, math tutoring.
Wow. Well, way to go. Probably better at math than I am, I'm sure of it.
I'm bad at math, but I'm getting better at it, but it's still hard.
Don't sell yourself short there, Katie. All right, math's a real something to deal with. I'll tell you what. We'll see how much you end up using it. I doubt much, but it is what it is.
Nope.
It's good to know, though. Let's again focus on some of these things, because I want to just go back to something that she said a moment ago, because I know I've talked to other organizations. Do you have something where it is singles get to meet each other? Do you have an event where it is something like that? Because I've spoken to some other organizations. I'll try to look them up and remember who I know where they have events. They have mixers so that singles can meet and get that sort of thing going.
We don't have anything like that currently. I just started with the organization in April, and so we are working on some strategic plans for next year to be able to include more of our young adult community. We found that a lot of folks come to us when they first have a new baby and they're seeking that initial support, resources, guidance, and community. And sometimes as kids get older, like Katie, she has a job. She has other things that keep her busy, and she doesn't spend as much time engaged in SANS activities. We'd really love to be able to develop some of these mixers, maybe dances or different things that would speak to our young adult community and to help them have a space to meet as well. So it isn't something I think we've maybe done in the past, but we are hoping to be able to do in the future.
I guarantee you will. You'll have a good time doing them, because I know I've spoken to some organizations. They do that. They do dances.
Mm-hmm.
So they do dances, mixers. They do speed dating style events.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is. Katie, I'm going to help you find love. That's what we're here to do on the radio today.
Okay,
That's what my radio show's all about. Just connecting the dots for everybody here in town.
There we
like
go.
I like to do. So heck yeah. But all right, tell me about just some more things when it comes to your organization. Let me just look through. I always like to ask, for a success story, but it's sitting right here across from me.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that. Again, you're on the board. It's more important than I do. Jeez. So, tell me about a secret about your organization that some people might not know.
We have some really great family events that I think maybe community members aren't aware of, that we would love to get more engagement from our general community in the future. On March 21st, on or around March 21st every year for World Down Syndrome Day, we do a day at the zoo. So we invite all of our families to come to the zoo and celebrate with us for the day. It's free. There's no cost to anyone. We pay for everything.
Wow.
And then we also in the fall do a night at the museum. So that's another big event.
You got to be careful. Those things come to life.
The Children's Museum. They're very
Thank
gracious. They
goodness.
let us come in and rent the facility for a couple of hours on a Saturday evening. And we again invite all of our families to come in. And the Special Eats food truck comes and serves food for everyone. And it's just a nice opportunity to not be there when it's busy, because that place is incredibly busy sometimes, and they have the whole place to be able to enjoy with their families in a really wonderful space. And it's usually a nice summer event that we're able to host for our families. So some of the funds that we raise at our walk go towards funding these other activities as well.
I'm sure it's probably, is this like your biggest fundraiser of the year? Is it
The
this
walk
one?
is our biggest fundraiser
Okay.
of the year, yes. So it's all hands on deck opportunity for people to come out and be able to support us, and for us to show our gratitude for the community as well.
Let me ask you this one. Here's another lofty one for you. If you had one wish for your organization, what is that wish?
I would love for us to be able to have a facility where we can offer more supportive services to families, where we have an opportunity to take drop-in appointments if people need support. We do a lot of education in the community, and so I think being able to increase the amount of direct service that we're be able to provide to people would be really helpful. And by that I mean being able to have a facility that would house us and all of our volunteers and all of the wonderful folks that are able to help us.
So let me ask, if you have a call to action to anyone right now, whether it's about, obviously, attend the walk, all right? Don't miss a beat. You want to go to the walk on November 15th, and I'll give you all the details and all the dates and all that stuff again in the recap. But if you have a call to action for anyone to get involved with SANS or anything that you want them to know, what is that call to action?
We are still seeking sponsors for our walk, and it would be incredibly helpful for any other businesses in Tucson that are interested in participating and partnering with us to sponsor our walk. Our sponsors' names go on the back of our T-shirts, and we advertise far and wide for everyone that supports our walk. And I think that's probably one of our biggest needs right now. And again, getting more community involved. I had heard once somebody said they didn't know if they could do the walk because they didn't have a loved one with Down syndrome. And I just want to make sure that everyone is aware that they can participate in the walk. It is a community event. It is not just for our Down syndrome community, but it is to support them in ongoing services. I will mention too, just kind of on the side here, we have a parent support program, which is another big program that we provide resources to individuals that have just had babies, but we also partner with TMC and other hospitals to be able to provide resource packets for a prenatal diagnosis all the way up into the birth of their child. And those services and supports are really how we get people linked in to begin with.
There you go. All right. So you heard that. Follow through. Go to this stuff. Where can people follow you online besides the website?
Facebook. We have a Facebook page. It's SANDS. And we have a private community for anyone in the Tucson community that wants to join. We have a community connections group, and that is more personal resources and support for individuals that are that have a loved one with Down syndrome.
There you go. Katie, any last final thoughts or any calls to action to our listeners to get them to come to the walk or to volunteer?
Not so much, but I just want to say, thank you for supporting us in the Sands walk, and thanks for helping us out.
I mean, I like that. But I almost want you to get you to throw some shade at haters. What do you have to say to anyone that doubts you or your abilities? No cursing.
I wasn't paying attention. Well, I want to say since I was a little kid, even though I do have Down syndrome, people will not include me in things. Different things could happen, but sometimes one of the things that I went through is people not really include me in things, and I think one time during college, I think it's more like an adult where people if you ask somebody it's hey, how much is this, and they didn't want to talk to you, it's because oh, okay, it's I pretty much thought it was my disability where I have Down syndrome of how they don't want to talk to me because it's hey, well, hey, I can't hear you. And she was making noises with her mouth, but she wasn't speaking up. It's okay, this lady doesn't want to talk to me all because I have Down syndrome. Well, that's pretty much her fault. So I don't let those things bother me as much. I'm trying to get used to it now, since now I'm 22.
Hey, that's the spirit. I was going to ask how old you are because you seem quite mature. So way to go, because you know what? That is the right attitude to have. And I will say this, don't take it personally. Some people out there in the world are just, rude to all of us, no matter what. It is that. But you heard it. You heard that call. All right. And I'm so glad that we include you here today, because today I was fortunate to speak with Kara Wiesmann, the Executive Director for Southern Arizona's Network for Down Syndrome, as well as Katie Langan, Self-Advocate on the Board of Directors for the Southern Arizona Network for Down Syndrome. SANDS strives to provide support to all the families in Southern Arizona of loved ones with Down syndrome. Thank you both so much for joining me today.
Thank you, Frank.
Thanks.
This was Lifestyle Tucson. Bing bong bing, time for a recap. What a great conversation that was, because boy, impressive and fun to talk to everybody here on Lifestyle Tucson. But sometimes you have great guests like Katie that are just great to be a self-advocate here on the board of directors of SANDS. As I was saying earlier and starting this off, I grew up around Down syndrome, so I'm not entirely uncomfortable around everybody, and I'm just nice to everybody anyway. So it was really nice to talk to Katie, but also that last little bit at the end where I'm a scutch, I gotta bother people like this and do that. But it was really fun, and we laughed a lot and had a good time even off air. So a great conversation, and get to know and get involved with this great group, and donate if you can, because that's what we're here to do, is help everybody out. They do qualify for that Arizona tax credit. Remember to learn how to use that on my previous episode with IBE. As I was saying before, you can listen anytime on demand to Lifestyle Tucson and learn how to do that. And also, Kara Wiesmann was excellent to speak to. Don't forget their big event is November 15th. Their biggest event of the year that raised the most money is their walk. You can go get involved and get all the information over on their website, sandsaz.org, to find out everything. They do have a Facebook page as well. Email them at info@sandsaz.org. Their phone number is 520-312-2030, P.O. Box 17011 in Tucson, Arizona, 85731. So I want to thank our new friends at SANDS for joining me today. You've been listening to Lifestyle Tucson. If you're a nonprofit that would like to be on the show, email lifestyletucson@gmail.com. For more information about this program or to listen to something you may have missed, go to the Sunday Mornings page on klpx.com, kfma.com, mixfm.com, or espntucson.com. You can also subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, and Audible, or wherever fine podcasts are advocating. Follow on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram at Lifestyle Tucson, because I'm your BFF, your best Frank forever, Frank Powers. Toot toot Tucson. I love you the most.